Hey everyone, God once again. Excuse me for a second. Sorry, just clearing my throat here. But anyway, welcome back to another. Goddamn. Sorry. Welcome back to the next episode review for the Genius Prince's Guide for Raising a Nation Out of Debt, episode 8. Hey, called. Hey, how about letting me try? That's what it's called. So yeah. Hey, how about letting me try? But and I would say it's another real once again another really good episode. And this time what I like about it was more the main focus of the center of this episode was not just Prince Wayne, but it was more of his little sister, his little sister, which I like because she's been mostly which I was nice to change the pace because she's been mostly like a small side character through most of the show we watch. She's been mostly seeing a lot of times that she's being educated by one of her mentor teachers, right, about the politics and the stuff about the land and all that stuff. So it's nice that she's been like chosen as the main focus of this episode. So, and it shows that she can hold on her own, using her smarts because. Well, so she is the sister of Wayne. So, but what he taught her as well. And how is the way she handled herself? Yep, she's definitely Wayne's sister. Definitely, she like kind of pulled like a little bit of him. She pulled a little bit of him, when she's trying to get her way out of a situation. She used that little bit of him from her, right? In her, yeah. I'm trying to say, you get what I mean, but but now there's this place where the Earth Mountain Kingdom, where Lola is at, because originally she invited Prince Wayne to come to him because how he thinks how she's very even though despite being her friend though she's very manipulative though because she wants to be the next crown princess because the thing is though her 3 older brothers are the next ones standing in, right? So Wayne was thinking about if he doesn't go he can spend more time with his sister, more of his leisurely life. If he doesn't go, they could be more warish or outrageous from the other kingdoms, right? And then all of a sudden his sister just because since she wants to help out her brother, she steps in and says, "I'll go." And then I like the shock reaction on everyone's faces, including Wayne. So she'll go instead, and Nims is going with her, and also one of her other bodyguards as well, named Nanaki, and when they get there, we see briefly like Wayne briefs his sister in about the 3 princes, like basically the youngest is he is smart. He's smart. He has smarts too. Like the youngest one is smart, but wants. I forgot what his I forgot how his. I know he's smart though, but wants to highlight himself. But the middle brother, he's more of the military ops guy. But then the older brother, who's supposed to be the next crown prince, right? He's always thinking that he's just like type of guy, right? And so, and also the fact that since Lola, that she was expecting Wayne to come in, and then when she sees that it was his sister that came instead, he's like, huh? So, and I like when she meets the brothers, like the 2 brothers, the youngest and the middle brother are nice to see her, right? But it's the older brother that kind of like takes offense to because. They said, this is a little girl over here instead of the prince of Natura. He kind of like sort of takes offense to that, right? But you know what? What's Falanya? that's Wayne's younger sister's name, Falanya. She does really good at holding out on her own, right? Because like I said, she's been very well educated, so she knows how to handle herself talking to like the guests, especially the brothers and with Lola as well. So even like Nim is trying to gives her a little bit of advice, just be careful what you say and all that stuff. So nice that the Nim is looking out for her still, and she does a good and like I said, she does have like a bit of the smarts of what her brothers do, of what her older brother has. but then to go back with the oldest crown prince of Lola's oldest brother, he's just he's a scumbag basically. I'm saying it right now, he's a guy. I knew what was second one was like when he made that look on his face when he saw it was the princess that came instead of the older prince. I knew this guy would be sour and instantly. Even with the part where he was throwing a little temper tantrum in his room, right? I mean, this guy is a scumbag. He is. And then there's a couple points where Nim tries to talk, where Lola tries to talk a deal with Nim, and like Nim doesn't beat around the bush. It's like, oh, it's supposed to be, there's something I want to tell you, and she goes like out with it already. She doesn't beat around the bush with nothing. But she tries to make a deal with but she says no. And then while the princess was like sleeping and Nim's talking with Nanaki, the bodyguard. They also get word that where the older prince wants to talk to the princess. Falanya, I think that's what called Falanya. Because it shows how much of a scumbag he is, because he makes a proposal, so he wants to unite the kingdoms, right? It'd be benefit for both of them, right? So he flat goes and says, "I want to take her as my bride." And the thing is, when he says that, he thinks, oh, since she'll be his bride, right? That he can do anything he wants to her. He can torture her or torment her, do anything he wants to her. She's my property now. The guy, I'm like, the guy is a freaking scumbag. That's as blunt you can say it. Now, granted, I would say the king from that other kingdom that Prince Wayne killed was much worse, because why I say he was worse, because he wanted to hunt Nim's people for sport. And which, when Wayne takes highly offensive, especially with anything that's aimed towards Nim. Anyone who disses Nim or does anything to her or people, you're dead. By the hands of Wayne's hand. Or his sword, by the way. So I think that's why that king from the previous episode was much more worse, because cutting their own people for sport, was it the purge, because on these type of people, what? Especially the Nim's people. So yeah, obviously that king was much worse. So especially that guy deserved it anyway. But here, the old Loa's older brother, that isn't excuse the fact that he's a scumbag himself. Especially when he wants to do with Wayne's little sister. No. But like I said, using her smarts, you try to be like Wayne. Get stuff out of situations like I said, I would say no because I'm too young, I'm inexperienced, I must decline. And before I get to I'll say it. Well, I'll get to it anyway, but I'll get to it after this. But just when the guy who's about to lose is about he up to scream and yell, then all of a sudden Wayne just comes in at the last second. That's when the episode ends. That's where the episode ends, though. But I forgot to mention, like when Falanya, she's taking a tour around the kingdom, especially the Merchant's Street, right? Which that was kind of interesting, though, because earlier during the party, because she's always learning, what to talk, right, or observing other people, right? Like for instance, like they see a group of people here, right? Like they're all tall people, and then stuck in the middle is a short person, right? A short guy. And like how these little details, like how she's observing, like, thinking how like all these tall people are interested in talking to small people, right? But they are interested because how their feet are pointed towards the person, saying that meaning that they're interesting in what this guy has to say, right? And so details like that I thought was like her learning all this other stuff was kind of interesting. Even when she's out in the street, and they go to this one building, and it's like a citizens assembly, right? Where there's ordinary citizens from the streets of merchants or whatever discussing what the governmental or merchants or whatever, right? Like they want to build this aqueduct. And it's like, oh no, we can't do that. It's too expensive. But the ones are like debating, oh no, we need to. But this is what we need though. And she's observing because first they want to leave it, but she's no, I want to observe. See, that's why I like it more. Why this episode is more focused on her, how she learns and using how being smart at things and learning more other things on the way. I like it was nice that she was more the main character of this episode for a change. Either on Nim or Wayne though, which is not bad though. But I would, which I like. I'm glad that we get to see more of his sister got to do some things. Because like I said, most part from this beginning, she was like more on the sidelines. She's always sitting learning from her teachers or whatever, being more educated. Even though her brother taught her some stuff as well though. But like learning the landscape of the maps and kingdoms, right? But it's nice that she learns more stuff on the way, like out in the streets, and more about the whole feet pointing to the one person like they're interested in, right? And how she pulls her brother's card and gets her out of the situation of being married to that creep older brother of Lola's. And that guy, he's gonna have it coming because when Wayne shows up, Wayne just shows up the last second, just when the episode ends, introducing himself. I hope that Prince is gonna get what's coming to him. And like I said, with Lola, because she wants to manipulate her way so she becomes the crown prince instead of her brother. So I'm sure the Wayne's gonna get roped into another one of her plans. But I said, there are times when he helps out a friend, indeed he has to, because they were friends back at the academy. So of course he'll help you up, but I don't want to be pulled into anything else because from the very beginning, before Falanya wanted to go. Wayne didn't want nothing to do with any of that stuff. He didn't want to go in the first place. So, but he said if he even show up, it'll look bad though, and that's why his sister stepped in and say, hey, you know what? I'll go instead. So, and just like I said, I thought this was a really good episode. Like I said, nice to see that the sister got to be the focus on this episode because it shows how she can be smart on how to handle herself when she's on her own, and learning from everything she was taught, right? And I like that episode. I like the sister, And it's nice that the name is by her side just in case, and having her bodyguard. I think the Nanaki is also one among Nim's people as well because she have the same white hair that she does. So. But yeah, the next episode I'm looking forward to seeing. I think that how that creep older brother of Loa's will get something coming to him, just like when that king from the previous episode got what he deserved, So, but yeah, episode 8. Hey, how about letting me try another really good episode. Like I said, this episode has a lot going for it. I said like My Dress Up Darling. Definitely has a whole lot going for it, definitely. But so does this too. This is an awesome show too. So, Genius Prince, Raise a Nation Out of Debt. Genius Prince's Guide to Raise a Nation Out of Debt, episode 8. Another really good episode, and it just shows how more good character development is going on. So, and more scumbag characters like that Prince is. So, but yeah, definitely give it another thumbs up for the show. But anyway, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode review and more, and we'll see you all later.